I was 14 years old when the first Bitcoin block was mined in 2009. It was the same year I held an iPhone for the very first time, 2 years after Steve Jobs introduced the original iPhone at the Macworld Expo in San Francisco. I remember feeling amazed by its touchscreen keyboard. It was so futuristic compared to my purple Motorola Razr I used at the time. The unveiling of this new innovation, however, attracted plenty of critics. One journalist from Bloomberg commented, "It's nothing more than a luxury bauble that will appeal to a few gadget freaks. In terms of its impact on the industry, the iPhone is less relevant." In January 2007, Richard Sprague, a senior marketing director at Microsoft, said he couldn't believe the hype being given to the iPhone. "Please mark this post and come back in 2 years to see the results of my prediction. I predict they will not sell anywhere near the 10 million Jobs predicts for 2008. He must have been quite surprised when Apple sold 11 million iPhones in 2008 alone. Fast forward to today, the iPhone is used by 1 billion people worldwide, and Apple is one of the most impactful businesses of our time. Unbeknownst to the average person, Satoshi Nakamoto implemented the Bitcoin white paper when they mined the first block into existence in 2009. From that fateful point in time, it took years before Bitcoin would become recognized beyond a small group of tech-savvy individuals. As Warren Buffett famously commented, "First come the innovators who see the opportunities that others don't." Bitcoin mining is the process by which a special type of computer, also called a miner, solves a complex algorithm to achieve proof of work, literally proving that it has done the work to solve the algorithm. That's the easy explanation. Matt Levine explains, miners brute force guessing quintillions of numbers per second to try and get the right hash. When the miner gets the right hash, the miner A confirms the transaction, B mines a new block onto the end of the existing chain where the transaction data is stored, and C releases more Bitcoin into circulation in the form of mining rewards. So if you ever wondered where Bitcoins came from, it's from the activity of mining. Bitcoin miners play a vital role, and without them, we wouldn't send or receive Bitcoin on the Bitcoin blockchain. Who would we rely on to confirm our transactions and to store our transaction data? Think of Bitcoin mining like gold mining. First, you need the knowledge of how to mine gold, like how and where to find it. And then you need the right tools, like a pick and a shovel, to mine the gold. In theory, Bitcoin mining is no different. You need the knowledge of how to mine Bitcoin, like how the Bitcoin blockchain works, and you need the right computer equipment to mine the Bitcoin. Like gold mining, Bitcoin mining is competitive because block rewards are lucrative. If you want to increase your chances of finding the gold, you need the best machinery. If you want to increase your chances of mining the next block on the Bitcoin blockchain, you need more computational power. Did we mention that Bitcoin mining requires a lot of computational power? You can use a desktop computer to mine Bitcoin, but it's not very powerful and probably not worth it. If you want to give Bitcoin mining a proper crack, you probably need to spend $4,000 minimum on a special computer called an ASIC, otherwise known as a mining rig. And this doesn't include the ongoing cost of electricity required to mine. The University of Cambridge created a map called the Bitcoin Mining Map, and it shows us where the most Bitcoin mining takes place based on hash rate. The majority of Bitcoin mining takes place in the United States. Some states attract more Bitcoin miners than others, like Georgia, a state where the ease of doing business and cheap electricity has attracted Bitcoin mining companies like Bitfury and Bitforks. China takes second place, a surprising fact considering China banned Bitcoin mining in mid-2021. Until that point, China accounted for the most Bitcoin mining activity globally. When the Chinese government cracked down, some Bitcoin miners relocated to neighbouring Kazakhstan or to the United States. Others decided to stay put and continue underground Bitcoin mining operations in secret, being careful to hide from law enforcement authorities. Any guesses why China would ban Bitcoin mining? Let us know your thoughts in the Discord. Bitcoin miners are incredibly important for keeping the Bitcoin blockchain secure. Each time a block is mined, the previous block's hash is added to it. The longer that chain of blocks becomes, the harder it is to reverse the proof of work and tamper with the data. This is what makes the blockchain immutable, i.e., not able to be tampered with. Saifedean Amos notes in his book, The Bitcoin Standard, as time goes by, it becomes increasingly difficult to alter the blockchain record as the energy is larger than the energy already expended, which only grows with time. This highly complex iterative process of mining Bitcoin has grown to require vast quantities of processing power and electricity, but produces a ledger of ownership and transactions that is beyond dispute, without having to rely on the trustworthiness of any single third party. So the longer the chain becomes and the more competing nodes, the more processing power that is required to mine. As we film this, there are about 760,000 blocks that make up the Bitcoin blockchain, and a new block is mined and added to the chain approximately every 10 minutes, depending on how busy the network is. A guy named James Howells from Newport, Wales was one of the very first people to start mining Bitcoin back in 2009. He accumulated some 8,000 Bitcoins before his girlfriend complained that his mining computer was too loud. And so during a clear out in 2013, James threw away his computer along with the private keys needed to access his Bitcoins. Today, those 8,000 Bitcoins would be worth hundreds of millions of dollars. James has spent the last decade petitioning Newport Council for access to the landfill site where he supposedly plans to dig up tons of rubbish to recover his computer. The council has repeatedly denied his request on the grounds of environmental and access concerns. In a few lessons' time, we're going to talk about mining rewards, also known as block rewards. How much do Bitcoin miners receive in block rewards, and what is a Bitcoin halving event? Stay tuned to find out, and we'll see you then.